Hi there, welcome to lesson 2.5. In this lesson we're going to look at doing some updates, so updating plugins and your theme. So let's talk about what we'll be covering in this lesson. I'll be showing you a bit more of the dashboard in detail, so the back end of your website. We'll look at how you can update plugins. We'll also look at how to authenticate your DIVI license so that you are able to update the DIVI theme. And then I'll show you how to update your theme. Okay, so that's it. Let's get going. So this video is just it's a quick one to just go through how you update your plugins and sort of stay on top of keeping your site up to date. So I've just opened up the test site I'm working on. So that's the front end, and here's my dashboard. And as you'll note, what you'll notice all through the life of having your website is that on a regular basis you'll get notifications that plugins need updating, or that something that you've set up with a plugin needs your attention. And so here on this dashboard is where a lot of those messages will appear for you. So I'm just going to quickly run through what some of them are, show you how to take the steps that you need to take. So running from the top, we've got a message here from Wordpress. So this is because we set up the plugin a little while ago, and by now maybe enough time has passed and it's time for you to configure the firewall. So all you need to do is just follow the instructions, really. So if we click here to configure. Okay, so it's saying we've pre-selected your server configuration based on our test. So I would just go with what they've recommended. And it's saying the changes are not taking effect yet, but to wait a few minutes. So we can come back to this in a moment and see if we're getting any more messages, or if it's all done and good to go. So if we go back to the dashboard, okay, so that message is gone now because we've dealt with it. This is reminding me that my maintenance mode is active, so I'm going to just deactivate that. You might want to leave it activated to keep your site hidden while you're working on it. This is just a test site, I'm not that bothered. Okay, so back to the home of the dashboard, and it's saying, do you want Wordpress to stay up to date automatically? I would say no. I don't like any plugins to update automatically. It's something I like to do myself, so I'll just say no thanks to that. This welcome to Wordpress, you could leave if you like. I would just get rid of it. You know, we're going to be working through all these things as part of the course anyway. And then depending on how neat and tidy you like things, you can just close up all these windows so that they're not clogging up your screen. And they're just, you know, I mean, you can take a look at them. There's nothing of vital importance there. So the place that we need to look at here is where it's saying there are updates. So they might appear here as that Wordpress firewall message did. Otherwise, they will appear here. And it's a reminder that either plugins or your theme or Wordpress itself needs you to do to take some action. So if we have a look in here, it's saying I haven't set an administrator email to receive my alerts. I haven't done that because this is just a test website, but I would recommend that you do that. So if you're getting this message, go into the options and make those changes. I'm going to dismiss it. This is an upgrade to Updraft Plus, so I'm going to dismiss that. I'm not interested in that right now. If you think you might be interested, you could read a bit more about what they're offering. So I've got the latest version of Wordpress, so that's fine. And here it's telling me I've got 2 plugins to update, and that my theme needs updating already. So you can do it through here. You just select them and update. The same with theme, you can just select and update, or you can go into your plugins, and in here you can see it gives you a little message when it's time to update a plugin. And they also there's a link up here so that you could just pull up only the ones that need an update. So that's 3 ways of looking at the same information, essentially. So there are these 2 plugins that need to be updated. So all you do is click Update Now, but what I would always do before you update any plugins is just go into here to Settings, Updraft Plus. and just see when was the last time that you took a backup. So as you might recall, I've scheduled the backups to run every day, and it holds the latest 3 versions of those backups here on the server, so you can access them easily from within the website. So I can see that it's done a full update and the database update today. So if through the action of updating a plugin or updating a theme, something goes horribly wrong, you can just restore back to this previous version. So just double check that. If you haven't got a backup that's recent, as in within the last sort of 24 hours, then you can just manually run one. Even if you have them scheduled, you can also manually run them as many times as you want. So so that's all good, and I'm happy. So I'm going to go in here and just update these plugins. So you just click the button, and what I will show you, if I can nab it in time. So while it's busy updating, it puts in this maintenance message on the front end of your website. So if you go to your website ever and you get this message, chances are that's why you're actually in the process of updating a plugin or your theme. If you have things set up to update automatically, which is something I personally don't like to do because I like to make sure I've got the backup in place. I like to, you know, if something goes wrong, I can see straight away that it's as a result of the particular plugin that I've updated myself. Whereas if you let things happen automatically, you kind of don't really know. It's much harder to troubleshoot if things go wrong. So as you can see, refreshing it, now that it's finished updating that one, my website's back. Okay, so I'm just going to update this one. Okay, so that's great, they're all done. If I go up to here, that needs update link is gone because they're all finished. There's no message here saying that any plugins need to be updated. But the one that did was the actual theme itself. So again, you can do it through here. You just select it and update. And the other place you can do that is in Appearance, Themes, and you can just update there. Now, the first time you update your Divi theme, you will probably get this message because you need to authenticate your subscription. So let me just show you how to do that. It's pretty straightforward. So if you go down here into Divi Theme Options, and there's a tab here called Updates. And what you need is your API key. So what you need to do is log into your Elegant Themes account, select Account, and your API key, and then copy that. And the other thing you need to know is your username. So it's the username that you use to log in. So where you can get that information is going back here just up a level to Account and the username there. Okay, so I've copied the API key. So go back into the back end of your website to this Updates tab, type in your username and the API key, I'm pasting it in, hit save. Right, so that should all be good to go. So when we now update the theme, okay, and it's updated successfully. Okay, so that was just a quick overview of staying on top of all the updates that you need to do for your website. It's a sort of an ongoing maintenance that you have to take control of. If you let things get out of date and leave it for too long, then you might start having problems. It makes your site more vulnerable and things maybe stop working properly, because with each of those updates, the developers are ironing out bugs and making the compatibility better. So it's just something you need to stay on top of. Okay, well, that's the end of the lesson. Thank you.